Okay, after technical difficulty, we discovered that one of the students had pulled the wire out of our test lead, so we'll try to cobble it up here and make it work. We've got this set on DC voltage, 20 volts, and it really doesn't matter which lead goes where. If you get them reversed, it'll show up as the same voltage drop, but it'll just have a negative sign in front of it. So we're going to go to the post and to the terminal, and when we crank, we're getting 0.34 volts. So through the entire system, we are only dropping about 1/3 of a volt, and that's well within the 0.5 volt limit. Had we come up with 2 or 3 volts, then the next step would be to go down and connect each individual and try to find out where the problem lies. We could go from the post to this cable, for example, and we're only dropping 1/10 of a volt there. Had it been excessive, then we would be looking for corrosion on this connection or this connection or the cable itself. Each component part can be checked the same way. Again, that's under 1/10 of a volt. We could do the same thing there and narrow down where the problem is. Like I said, equally important to the positive side is the negative side. The only difference is you've got fewer connections. You don't have a solenoid in the circuit, so you expect less voltage drop on the ground side. So we're going to go from the starter ground again to the post of the battery, and we're a little high. Part of that might be we're using just alligator clips instead of regular bolt-on connections.
Absolutely.
And when we attached these cables, I had to separate out about half the wire so it would fit into the clamp. So I don't really think we've got much of a problem there, but if you were on a real circuit, you might want to look into replacing the cables or tightening the connections. By the way, the teacher that had a problem, like I said, he had all new stuff, so the hot side tested almost 0 voltage drop. When we put it on the ground side, it was dropping 12 volts, and the battery connection was good. It was brand new battery and a good cable, but where it bolted to the motor back in under the alternator, that bolt was finger tight. So we tightened it up, boom, the thing started, and he didn't have a problem since.
It's important to note with any voltage drop test, the test is actually done while the circuit is operating, whether it be the starter, or we crank the starter, or if it's a light, or any kind of a circuit, it's while that circuit is in operation to get your voltage drop. A static measurement from end to end won't give you a reading.
And as somebody pointed out, you can have 2 or 3 volts dropping through the circuit, but your test light will still light up. The reason for that is it only takes a couple volts to light up a test light.
Almost no amperage whatsoever.
No amperage, and showing that you've got 12 volts at something really doesn't work. It's the amperage that you need instead of the voltage.
Flow enough current to actually operate the system.
Right. So that's the voltage drop test. Hopefully you can get some good out of this.